Make sure everything's working everywhere. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Think I've got it. Yep, okay. I'm live on Facebook and I am live on YouTube. I love it when it works out. All right. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful fall week here in Massachusetts. It's sunny today, but it's cold. They're only saying 50s tomorrow. Ugh. This weekend we close up our camper. Winter's coming. I'm trying to give everybody a little bit of time to log in because I'm early today. I have a meeting, so I have another quick stop like I did last week. And budgeting is one of my squirrel moments, as I'm sure anybody who watches my live streams have learned. Alrighty, I think I'm going to get started. So hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream on budgeting and forecasting. My name is Katie Brailsford. I am the president and CEO of KB Accounting, and I have been working with businesses for over 14 years now. Yeah, 14 years now. Wow. To help them in all sorts of ways. So I'm very excited to guide you through today's session. Whether you're looking to get a better control on your personal finances or streamline your business's financial planning, this session is for you. Thank you all for joining us today. Whether you're here watching live or catching the replay, we're thrilled to have you. And if you could just comment whether you're watching it live or on replay, we would appreciate it. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, we'll start with the basics of budgeting, why it's essential, how to create one, and the common mistakes people make. Then we'll dive into forecasting, what it is, how it complements budgeting, and the tools and strategies you can use to make accurate financial projections. We'll wrap up with actionable tips that you can start doing actionable tips that you can start using right away. Followed up if there's time and there's anybody with any questions, I'll look and see if there's any questions and we'll answer them. Does that sound good? All right, let's get started. So let's start with budgeting. We've all heard about it, but how many of us are sure we're actually doing it effectively? The truth is, budgeting isn't just about tracking your spending. It's about taking control of your financial future. So what is a budget? In simple terms, a budget is a plan for how you'll use your income over a specific period of time, whether it's a month, a quarter, or a year. This includes things like your income, expenses, savings goals, and debt repayment. So why is it important? It gives you a clear picture of where your money is going and helps you make smarter financial decisions and prevents overspending. Most importantly, it empowers you to achieve your short and long-term financial goals, whether that's saving for a big purchase, getting out of debt, or investing in the future. Now let me walk you through the basics of creating a budget. You start by gathering all of your income sources and listing all of your expenses. Don't forget the hidden costs like subscriptions. Those sneak up on you. Next, are you trying to save for a vacation? Are you paying off debt? Define both short-term and long-term goals. Number 3, separate your essential spendings like rent, groceries, utilities, from discretionary spending, like these are more personal than they are for business, but say dining out or entertainment or For a business, some of the discretionary would be getting a new TV for your break room, expanding into a new space if you're not ready yet. That was one I just ran into a little while ago. Finally, your budget should be flexible. So review it monthly, quarterly, weekly, and adjust based on new expenses or income changes. I cannot stress that enough. Too many people, unless you're in government, your budget is your Bible and it's set in stone once it's approved. But in just regular business and personal finance, in nonprofit world, your budget is a living, breathing document that you have to adjust regularly, or it's going to do you no good. So you need to remember that budgeting is not about depriving yourself. It's about prioritizing what matters most to you. Now that we've covered budgeting, let's move on to forecasting. While a budget tells you where your money is going, a financial forecast predicts where your finances are heading. And this is where the part of the adjusting the budget comes in. So what is forecasting? In a nutshell, forecasting is the process of using historical data to predict future income and expenses and cash flow. It's especially useful for businesses to plan for growth or unexpected financial events. For individuals, it helps you prepare for the future, whether that's a big purchase or a major life change. Why is it important? Accurate forecasting helps you make informed decisions, avoid cash flow problems, and identify potential risks before they become issues. It's about staying ahead of the game so you're not caught off guard by unexpected expenses. So here's a quick overview of how to start forecasting. First thing you're going to do is you're going to look at past months or years of financial data to identify patterns or trends. This is perfect for if you're forecasting cash flow, looking at how your clients paid in the past, a lot of times tells you about how they're going to pay in the future. Because you may send out an invoice that's due the day they receive it. But most people aren't going to turn around and hand you a check right away. There's mail time, there's processing time on their end, there's so many things. So if you have a client who generally pays on the 15th of the month, that's where you should forecast it to be. So next, based on past trends and any upcoming changes like raises or new clients, etc., predict your future income. Similarly, estimate your future spending based on historical data and any new expenses you anticipate. Include one-time costs or potential changes in your financial situation, like a new job or moving expenses, or if you're going to upgrade your car. And finally, financial forecasts are dynamic, so review and adjust them periodically to stay on track. None of this is set in stone. So now that we've covered the basics of budgeting and forecasting, let's talk about tools. The good news is you don't need to do all of this manually. There are plenty of digital tools to make budgeting and forecasting easier. Some popular options include personal budgeting apps like Mint or You Need a Budget or YNAB for short. And Every Dollar that help you track income and expenses in real time. Business forecasting tools such as QuickBooks, Xero. I never know if Xero is zero or euro or how that's pronounced. I'll have to look at that because I pronounce it differently every time I say it. Or Google Sheets or Excel templates for more detailed financial projections. If you prefer a hands-on approach, you can build your own custom templates using Google Sheets or Excel. for a clear overview of both your budget and your forecast. Some tips for success. You need to be realistic. Don't overestimate your income or underestimate your expenses. You're just going to hurt yourself in the end. And you need to stay flexible. I cannot stress enough how much you need to adjust your budget and forecast as your situations change. And keep it very, very simple. Use the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or debt repayment. Check in regularly. Set a reminder to review your budget and forecast every month. And do it. Don't ignore it. Because we all have those notifications that we ignore. I know I'm not the only one. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I'm going to check first to make sure there's no questions. And I do not see any. Last week, I missed a question and we had to answer it afterwards. So I apologize for that. And always feel free to reach out to us. So I hope you found this session on budgeting and forecasting valuable, and that you're feeling a little bit more confident about managing your finances going forward. If you don't have anyone to help you in this, feel free to reach out and we'll see how we can help you in creating your budget and your forecast. If you have any more questions or want additional resources, feel free to follow us on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Or just visit our website at kbaccountingpittsfield.com. While you're there, you should sign up for our newsletter. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's session. And if you know anybody who could use this information, tag them in the comments or feel free to share the video with them. Be sure to check out our upcoming live streams. We try to do one every week, but we're in a really busy period right now, so sometimes we miss. But thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great week.